yeah. You welcome to the first video. We are on the road to a perfect bracket here. We are going to be reviewing the slate for February 23rd and gonna look for some wagers. Okay. All right, so first game up on the board here is Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders going on the road to Southeast Louisiana. So at first glance on this one, I do like the Islanders. We are going to look at this here little output that I have. It is essentially just looking at points scored versus points allowed across 5 different samples. And these samples are basically created by trying to find a similar set of opponents based on Ken Palm ranking. So this strength of schedule, all this is the average Ken Palm ranking of the opponents in the sample. So let's get started here, just looking at the overall performance of each team. We got similar samples here. 180 Ken Palm versus 178. Can't get much closer than that. So looking overall, I mean, we got the Islanders here with a slight edge. I got them with the edge overall of about basically 2.5 to 4.5 approximately. So I'm understanding where this opening number is kind of coming from here. Looking at home versus away, of course, the edge is going to get a little bit smaller. The Islanders not performing as well on the road, but also not performing much worse. As you can see, overall 67 points, 67 points on the road. They're letting up, I guess a little bit more. So the defense, surprisingly, struggling a little bit on the road. But again, not too much weaker here at all on the road. So that's always good. It's nice to see that there's really no edge for the Lions here, at home. It's definitely something I like to see. Let's see. Second half of the season, I mean, the Islanders look pretty good. They're actually winning games in second half of the season here versus the Lions who, you know, they're actually looks like they've been doing worse. Ranked games, they're doing pretty similar, both losing double digits, but I like the fact that every sample that I'm looking at here, we do see an edge for the Islanders, so I'm getting basically a line between 2.5 and 4.5. I like that the books have it at the lower end of this. So minus 2.5 looks attractive. We're just gonna look at a couple things real quick. Just make sure there's no funny business going on. Nothing that's gonna deter me from doing this. So let's go ahead and look at the matchup. I like to use covers.com to kind of review the matchups and see how the teams have been doing. So we got right here, we got the Lions 500 against the spread in the last 10. So last 10 games, Lions are 5-5 against the spread. At home, they're also 5-5, so they're pretty consistent 500 against the spread. I'm going over here to Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. They're 3-7 last 10 against the spread, so potential reversion opportunity. I kind of like that. And looking at just their road games, they're 8-7 against the spread, so around 500 there. Let's just double check the injuries. Yeah, we're all good here. No injuries. Now I'm just gonna check the spot. See if it's a spot that I like. We got the Islanders 5th in Southland. Okay, so they're coming off a couple losses here, which I kind of like to take them off a couple losses, especially knowing that it's versus the two best teams in the conference here. Okay, second road game, not ideal, but again, it's like they're taking the weight vest off, going into southeast Louisiana. Okay, I like the spot. I like the spot. See them. The L's. Okay. I mean, looks like they like losing 4 times in a row. Looks like they really like it. Could be their 4th one coming up. Yeah, I think I'm cool with this. I like the spot. Other thing I like is the size. Texas A&M-CC has definitely has some size to him. Got Big Jamal, 6'10", 250. Got a lot of size going around. Check Lions. So they have somewhat of size down here, but it's doesn't. They're just not as big. I don't think a lot of these guys play a ton. I know Gaines. That's 225, 6'8". See what these boys been up to. Yep, we got Gaines all in the mix, all up in here. Could be a problem, but he ain't 250. He ain't 250. He's 225, so yep, yep, yep. Okay. Yeah, so I do like that as a matter of fact. So for our first pick here, I'm going with the Islanders. I like it. I'm going to take them. See what else we got on the board. All right, this is going to be a good game. Louisville Cardinals versus the Tar Heels. I don't know really where I stand on this one. I may not want to actually get involved in this. I do lean the Tar Heels, but this line opened up at a +3.5, and it looks like it's moved. It looks like the Tar Heels have been taking money tonight. I don't like them as much at +2.5. I mean, let's just take a quick look at the output. I mean, the Cardinals have a pretty big edge across the board. I mean, it's interesting because the home team, the home performance by the Tar Heels puts a wrench in the operation here. Oh boy. Overall, though, I mean, 2.5 to 5 point edge for the Cardinals. When we're looking at rank, that edge decreases slightly, but looking at the trailing few, I mean, of course you got Caleb Wilson out. So, I mean, without Caleb Wilson, I don't really trust this team. I don't know if I could back them. They haven't been playing good without him. The Cardinals, on the other end, have been pretty much whooping on people. They've been whooping. 89 points a game the last few. That's a lot. It's the highest on the board here across all these different samples. It's worrisome. But can they keep doing that? I don't think they will, honestly. I just don't think they're gonna be able to keep doing that. And it's important to note here that they do a lot worse on the road. This Cardinals team has not been a great road team. I mean, they're putting up almost 80 points a game, which is obviously pretty good, but they're letting up the same amount. Letting up the same amount. So we got a huge edge for the Tar Heels at home. I mean, they're letting up 71 points. They're scoring 83. They're, winning by 12 points a game on average. It's a big edge at home. It's definitely noteworthy there. The only concern is, I mean, do we care about this or do we really care about these trailing few games? Well, I'm not too sure which one is going to really tell the story of what's going to go down tomorrow. Let's take a look at a couple things. Oh boy. All right, so see where we're at here. Okay, so UNC 6-4 against the spread, 10-5 against the spread at home. That's pretty good. 15-0, 15-0 at home. Could end tonight. All right, and we got the Cardinals 2-6 against the spread on the road, 4-6 against the spread last 10. So potentially reversion here. Potentially could see them covering. Not convinced yet. Gonna take a quick look at the injuries. So this guy Visar, he's one of their bigs. He's pretty important. He's usually a starter. He just came back. It looks like it says probable. I mean, it looks like he played the last game, so I don't see why he wouldn't show up. And I think that's probably part of why money has kind of went back their direction, but I don't know if he's going to be enough to lead them to victory. See the spot, see how we feel about it. So, Louisville, a lot of wins, great, a lot of recent wins, but are we impressed with these wins? I mean, who have they played? I mean, the fact that they whooped NC State, who turned around and whooped UNC, is concerning, but I mean, they lost to Duke pretty handily, and we watched UNC just beat Duke. So again, just like very conflicting information here. They got a loss to Virginia, lost to Duke again, lost to Stanford. Both of these teams lost to Stanford, lost to Tennessee, lost to Arkansas. I mean, it seems like any time they play a top 25 team, they lose. They lost to SMU, even though they beat them, I guess, earlier, but still. I mean, what is their impressive win? I guess. I mean, Kentucky in November? I don't count that. Indiana? Are we impressed with that? I mean, they kind of been exposed lately. Yeah, I'm just not that impressed. I watched them win. I watched them hit buckets. Maybe I should fear them, but I'm not going to back them here. That's for dang sure. Let's see what the Tar Heels got going on. A bunch of wins, a bunch of wins. And I mean, some of these are all right wins. I mean, we have win versus Virginia. That's impressive. These two losses are pretty questionable. You got a loss versus SMU. That's not great, but win versus Ohio State. Looks like they both beat Kentucky. Duke win, obviously. It's pretty great. Miami loss was tough. That one was tough. This NC State loss was tough to watch. Yeah, that was a sad day. But I mean, our buddy Caleb Wilson got hurt right here. He got hurt around this time. Left the Miami game. Had like a wrapped up hand. Didn't play well with it. Understandable loss. They go without him and they play Pittsburgh at home and they win without Caleb Wilson handily. But this is a pretty bad Pittsburgh team. And then this is the thing. Like they go and get wrecked without Caleb. And then they bounce back at Syracuse, who's not a terrible team. So showing a pulse here. with that guy Visar as the high score. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a tough call, but I like North Carolina here. I think that their defense holds it down. I think that they're starting to figure it out a little bit without their buddy Caleb. Yeah, I think that's what I would pick here. I'm not gonna move on this. Just would I have taken the 3.5? Maybe, but I'm not really willing to stand in front of the Cardinals. I'm a little scared. I honestly am. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take the under. So looking at this 162.5, I mean, I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to score 80 points. We got the Cardinals scoring less than 80 on average on the road, and they're going up against a UNC team that I think is more impressive than a lot of the teams that they went and played on the road, like especially defensively. I mean, they have some big wins. They beat Virginia, they beat Duke. They're winning by double digits at home. I mean, and now looking to North Carolina, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with this average of 83 without Caleb Wilson. So give me the under. Give me the under. I don't think this is going to breach 160 at all. Okay, moving on. We got the New Orleans Privateers at Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. I honestly love this Lumberjacks team. I think they're good. I can't wait to see how they play to close out the season going into the conference tournament and whatnot. They're number one in the conference, but do I like them laying 12.5? Not really. I do not. I don't feel good about that. Just looking at the output here. I mean, they're winning on average by 7 points, 75, versus the Privateers team who's also putting up 75 points. The issue is, like, this Lumberjacks defense is forced to be reckoned with. They are allowing 67 versus the Privateers, who are allowing, I mean, 78. So overall, they're, I mean, they're like 11 points better on an absolute basis. The average of the results is the 5, but we were still looking at 5.5 to 11.5 range here overall. And then looking at their home performance, they're winning by 11 versus the Privateers, who are going on the road versus a comparable sample and losing by 5. So now you're looking at a 16-point difference in this sample. And looking at the second half of the season, I mean, both teams are winning, so that's impressive. And the Lumberjacks are not really clearing that 12 mark in any of these samples. They haven't been like crushing teams by any means. The thing that is super concerning, this is the thing that might keep me off the Privateers, is this. I mean, they're losing by an average of 14.5 points. And this sample here, I mean, 78 Ken Palm, that's probably around what Stephen F. Austin is at. Would always verify that real quick. Let's see. 89, so that's a little bit better than Stephen F. So that actually is comforting to me, but still, it's a lot. So, I mean, my output here is, I mean, looking at basically 6 to 12 advantage to the Lumberjacks, which is, slightly below this amount. Like, so I like the Privateers. I think they hang tough with them. I think they put up a fight. Let's just make sure there's no injuries or nothing of that nature. Okay, Stephen F. They've been doing good against the spread. Yeah, I've definitely been riding them this year. Pause. But yeah, they 7-3. last 10. 10-3 at home. It's pretty crazy. They can't cover again. And then okay, these guys have been killing it against the spread too. 8-2 against the spread last 10. I mean 10-0 against. Oh, that's just straight up. Okay, okay. 8-2. That's actually still really good. 10-9 on the road against the spread. Both teams performing well against the spread. It's interesting. I don't think there are any injuries here. Nope, none at all. All right, let's check the spot. Where are they? Oh, okay, so Stephen F., what have they been up to? Winning. Been winning. They can't keep winning. Oh, actually, maybe they can win out pretty easily here. Uh-oh. Okay, see, like, I mean, winning by 3 points to Nicholls, winning by 10 points to the Islanders, winning by 11 points to the Vaqueros is impressive, don't get me wrong. Winning by 4 to East Texas is terrible. 10 to Lamar, 7 to McNeese is impressive. They destroyed Southeast Louisiana. But, I mean, there's nothing to really suggest that they're going to come in here and whoop them. See what the Privateers did. See what they're up to. Fourth and Southland, too. I mean, they're hanging in. They're hanging in. I mean, this is concerning, the loss to Houston Christian, but it happens. The Vaqueros are good. They whooped them. Otherwise, they're beating everybody in conference play for the most part. Stephen F. lost. What they lose? They lost by 5 points last time they played Stephen F. Okay, so off 2 wins. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the spot, honestly, for the Privateers. Okay, I like the Privateers. I think I'll take that. You know, the thing is, this minus 12.5 is juiced. So this minus 12.5 is going for minus 120 right now. So maybe we get another point with this. People like this Stephen F team. They're doing amazing against the spread. I'm gonna wait on it and hope to get a better number in the morning, but I'm gonna be on the Privateers. All right, next game. Ah, I don't know that I necessarily want to get involved in this game, but let's just take a look. We got the Northwestern State Demons. We got Incarnate Word on the road. Two pretty questionable teams. Let's see where we're at. So overall, they're pretty even. I mean, we got a slight edge with the Cardinals. But once you go ahead and look at the home versus away sample, you got the edge going now over to the Demons, 2-4. It's probably where the spread is mostly coming from. Oh, and then second half of the season, they actually got a nice edge too. They have been playing okay. I watched them play good games. They played a close game with Stephen F. That was pretty impressive. They got some size. Like they're not good. They're just not. Uh, and then ranked play, both getting whooped by double digits. I mean, yeah, the Demons are getting whooped a little worse, but like, is that really an important sample here? We're talking about Ken Palm rankings in the 60s. Both of these teams, I'm sure, rank probably near 300. Let's check real quick. I actually have it open. Northwestern State 275. I don't even know if Incarnate Word is on here anymore. It's gotta be. Who would even have them under? Okay, 270. I mean, they're both in the 270s, so I don't know that this is really a helpful sample here to look at. I think these other four are the ones, and based on that, I like the Demons. I really do like the Demons here. I mean, Incarnate Word is bad. I've seen the Demons play good, so maybe I'm biased. Let's take a quick look at a couple things and see if we're gonna get crazy with that. Okay, we got Northwest 6-4 against the spread last 10, 7-4 at home. So they've been performing well against the spread. Whereas Incarnate Word is 2-8 against the spread last 10, 4-9 on the road. So that is a little concerning. Could be some sort of reversion game. Maybe we see them cover here. I mean, being 2-8 against the spread, I mean, it would have been a great team to be fading or no injuries. Let's just check the spot. I mean, I'm sure both of these teams are all over the place. Ninth in Southland, seventh in Southland. Okay, so they haven't won more than twice in a row in almost 2 months. I mean, more than once in a row since basically end of December. I honestly think this is a lost spot for them. I don't think they're gonna win. See what the Demons are up to. I mean, these aren't amazing teams. New Orleans whooped them. They beat the Islanders. That's an impressive win, not by much. Yeah, not impressed here. See what the Demons are doing. We got some life here. Got some W's. Lost to McNeese, whatever. I mean, they kept it within 11 points. I doubt McNeese covered. Is that Stephen A game? Lost by 2 to Stephen A. Lost by more to New Orleans. This is not great. This stretch is not great. These teams are both pretty bad. I should not be getting involved with this. All right. I'm probably gonna do it. I don't know that I would recommend this though. This game is gonna be rough, but I like the Demons, man. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm gonna take the Demons here. All right, so that's my third bet. See what we got next game. Okay. UT Rio Grand Valley Vaqueros at the McNeese Cowboys. I do not think McNeese will cover this. Let's just take a quick look here. They're not really winning by that. At home, they are. They really are. They're winning by 15 at home, so that's rough, but that's versus 184 Ken Pop. What are the Okay, UT Rio is 130. So UT Rio is significantly better than the teams in this sample, which is a little heartwarming for me. So I do start to lean towards them even more. I mean, McNeese overall has a 7 point edge on this team at home. I mean, they only have an 11 point edge. But I tend to think that the averages here, the smaller number, is like honestly ends up being closer to reality. I find that the absolute ones can just be a little overstated. I mean, either way, I'm predicting a range here between 2.5 and 4.5. So I don't really see a way to get to McNeese here. I mean, the trailing few, they've been winning by 11 and a half. But like, look at these terrible teams that they're playing. And then we got the Vaqueros winning by 12 in that sample, in that same time period versus similar sample with the slight edge here. I mean, yeah, I really like the Vaqueros. Let's just double check, make sure there's no funny business going on that's going to deter me from doing that. Any funny business? McNeese 5-5 against the spread, 7-4 against the spread at home. That's too much. 13-0 at home. Come on, they're not gonna they're not gonna go undefeated at home this season, are they? I don't think so. 7-3 against the spread. Okay, in the last 10, it's interesting. 10-5 on the road. Okay, so they're actually performing really good against the spread. I don't love that, but I don't hate it either. Let's see injuries. Everybody's healthy. We're gonna check this spot. And if it looks good, we'll roll. We're gonna roll with the Vaqueros, man. I like these guys. Okay, so a lot of W's. They lost to Stephen F, best team in the conference, so I'm not gonna blame them too much for that. They're whooping on teams they're whooping on the bad teams. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They really are. Consistent. This is concerning, but somebody might have been hurt. You never know. Oh, Brankovic was in. McGee. Yeah, I don't know what was going on here. That's not good, but I like the spot. It's their second road game, which that is kind of iffy, but where is this? Where the heck is that? Oh, it's Texas. I mean, it's not a far travel. I mean, I guess Texas is quite large, but it's within state. I don't hate this spot at all for them. I think they'll play well. I think they're hungry. I think they're third in Southland, so they want to beat McNeese here. Come on, they already beat them once too. Like, you're telling me they can't keep it single digits? The Cowboys, they're on a nice win streak. I mean, they're good. They don't have any questionable. I mean, this is not good, but it's December. It's so I mean, it's years ago at this point. I mean, honestly, not a bad spot for a loss here. I just can't see them covering 10.5. All right. So I like the Vaqueros. It is what it is. I did also see this is juice too. This 10.5 is minus 120. So we'll wait. Maybe we get 11.5. That would be amazing. I'd even lay some juice for an 11.5. We'll see what I do. Because right now this is going for minus 102. So almost even money to take the Vaqueros plus 10.5. That's attractive. It is. So I'm gonna wait on it overnight, but we can say it's safe to assume I'm rolling with the Vaqueros. All right, next game, Houston Christian Huskies at East Texas A&M. So this is not a, also not a game I'd necessarily want to really get involved in at all, but I think I could probably argue that the wrong team is favored here. Looking at the overall, pretty similar 1 to 2 point edge for the Huskies. At home, we have a 1.5 to 3.5 point edge for the Lions, but they're both losing. I mean, they're losing at home, they're losing by 10 on the road to a similar sample of teams. And then second half of the season, they're both pretty even. The thing that's weird is this right here, the ranked sample. That's pretty crazy. Just they're getting whooped. At least the Huskies are keeping it around 10 with these better teams. I mean, it's concerning. So my little output here, I'm predicting basically that the Huskies win by between 1 and 2 points. So I do really like them getting 2.5, but this is kind of a pick 'em. I don't know that I want to get involved with that. I think the Huskies whoop them though. Let's see if there's any funny business. Right, so they're 4-6, the Huskies against the spread last 10, 7-8 on the road. So under 500 against the spread. I don't hate that versus this team that's 5-5. East Texas A&M 4-7 at home against the spread. I mean, they're basically 500 at home. I mean, this is kind of a coin flip. See if there's injuries. All right, let's check the spot and then maybe I'll go Huskies. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll just do it. I'm gonna take like 5 bets for tomorrow, so let's see what we got. Got any big boys on here? Not too familiar with them. They got like a nice average size here. Got some girth to them. Over a lot of them over 200, but nothing that stands out. What have they been up to? A lot of losses mid-season. They lost every game, and they started winning a little bit. Skid out. Started to recover. Ooh, that's a rough loss for us. Northwestern on the road. That's concerning. Could be a get up spot though. Could be a bounce back spot. I don't know. Same situation. I mean, these are pretty similar teams. They've been skidding out, getting whooped, and they kind of started to recover. They beat Northwestern a couple times. I mean, I think maybe that's part of why they're favored here. They 2 times in a row beat this Northwestern Demons team that handily defeated the Huskies here. I don't think that means anything, though. I mean, it's one game. Well, it's two. It's two in this case, but for the Huskies, it's one game. I mean, you have a bad night. I think that's why we're getting a sale, though. Is this a sale? Coming off a loss. Both teams coming off a tough loss. Okay. Well, I like the Huskies, but I don't know if I'm going to actually do that. I mean, it might be too crazy. I don't think I need to get involved with this, but let's check the last couple of games and maybe I'll go back and grab it. But just to reiterate, we got the Islanders, we got the under on the Tar Heels game, we got the Privateers, we got the Demons, we got the So I already have 5 games I like. I'm gonna probably avoid this. I honestly think this is a toss-up. I'll probably avoid it, even though I think the fact that I'm gonna avoid it is gonna make the Huskies win by a double digits, but I shouldn't really be getting involved here. They're probably gonna rig this game. These kids are probably all working together to fix the game. All right, last game. This is the big one. The big one that I probably won't even bet because I'm afraid of games like this. You got the Cougars and the Jayhawks. Cougars on the road going to the Fog. I mean, I like the Cougars here, I'm not gonna lie. This line did move around. It opened up at 1.5, so if I was gonna play it, I would have had to get in at that 1.5. I'm not gonna probably touch it at this point. We'll see what the line does overnight. But we got a Houston team that overall has a 3 to 6 point edge. Honestly, this sample here isn't that good. I wonder if I can kind of adjust that a little bit. Let me see. So, making the adjustment actually, yeah, let me just bring this up over here. So I just adjusted this sample here down to a 68 Ken Palm. They still have an edge, you know, basically a 2 to 4 point edge, 1.5 to 3.5. So that does change the total prediction, like the final prediction to 2 to 4 versus basically 2.5 to 5. So yeah, I'm not gonna get involved in this. I like Houston, but Kansas is so volatile. They get whooped, they whoop. They just it's hard to tell what they're gonna come out and do. They play bad with Derek with Darren Peterson. They play good when he's sitting. I can't predict what is gonna happen. I like Houston. I'm not gonna bet this though. It's like the best game, and I'm staying off of it like a loser. But what do you want me to do? You got the Jayhawks with pretty much no edge across the board. I mean, except at home. But I mean, they don't even have a big edge at home versus Houston team. So, yeah, I could not get to the Jayhawks. That is for sure. Is this over under right? 137.5? Double check that. Yeah, that's the over under. I mean, maybe look at that over. Maybe look at that over. I mean, I mean, yeah, that's pretty low. I mean, these teams' defenses, like we got the Houston defense here. They're not even allowing 70 points except on a neutral. They're allowing very few points. That defense, man, and defense travels. I mean, they're going to the fog with the defense. They don't need to hit buckets on defense. They're just, you know, just got to be strong and block shots. And I don't think it's as important on the road. I think that they can hold them off here. Then we got the Jayhawks putting up a lot of points. I mean, the trailing few been a little bit less. Houston just consistent though. They're just a great team. I like Houston. I'm not gonna bet it though. So we got 5 bets that I actually like. Um, we're gonna go again to reiterate. We're taking Islanders -2.5, under 162.5 on this game. Privateers +12.5. Demons -2.5. Vaqueros +10.5. That's it. That will do it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.